Hi everyone, my name is Chris. Welcome to the Like Sneaker channel. A happy belated Chinese New Year to you all. I'm super excited to review this collaboration sneaker between Clot, a fashion retailer, and the Air Jordan brand in the Terracotta colorway. Let's get right into it. Between these two parties, this marks their 5th collaboration on the Jordan model, and this time it is a take on the Jordan 14 Low. The Air Jordan 14 was designed by the Nike legend Tinker Hatfield in the late 1990s and made its on-court debut during Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals by Michael Jordan himself. This was the last Air Jordan sneaker model that Jordan wore as a member of the Chicago Bulls en route to securing his 6th and final NBA championship. The Air Jordan 14 is a high-top basketball footwear, but for this collaboration it is a low top which does feature all the elements from the high version, and this silhouette was inspired from the Italian sports car, the Ferrari 550M that Michael Jordan drove. For those who do not know, Clot is a Hong Kong-based fashion brand that inspires in incorporating styles and culture between East and West. Founded in 2003 by one of its co-owners, Edison Chen, who was a very famous Hong Kong artist and actor around the millennium decade. With my unimaginative Clot's awakening spell, I will summon the Terracotta sneaker from its burial ground. Hui! 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 In time for Chinese New Year, I was super happy to have these pairs in hand. When I first saw the sneak previews in various sneaker websites, I really wanted them. They look absolutely dope, and I know that there are not many places that were selling or having raffles available, especially in UK after post-Brexit. The whole concept of this sneaker is based on a terracotta soldier. In 1974, the Terracotta Army is a part of a massive burial tomb built for Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. There are over 8,000 life-size statues of the soldiers buried along with the emperor. The reason being was that he felt this huge army would protect him and help him to keep his power in the afterlife. I've actually visited the sites of the Terracotta warriors in Xi'an back in 2011, which is unbelievable, a must visit. So these sneakers were released just before Chinese New Year on the 11th of February in UK at a retail price of £179.95, but not as general release. Apparently I read from somewhere that these are limited release, so my luck in this Chinese New Year has started, and I was fortunate enough to get my pair by winning a raffle from an independent sneaker store based in Soho, London. There are a lot of details to talk about with this sneaker, so let's start off with the box. So the whole box is in this nice terracotta blush colour, and physically the texture of the box feels slightly gritty, just like clay. At the top left corner you have the gold Jumpman emblem, and next to it is the Clot signature wording embossed. At the bottom right corner you have Clot's logo in gold and both number 23 in Jordan embossed. The label on the box reads Air Jordan Low SP in sepia stone and Terrablush colour, UK size 10 and made in China. Inside the box, the sneaker is wrapped in this white paper and almost invisible to the eye. If you look carefully you can see the Clot logo printed on it. There is a nice thick premium card printed with a terracotta soldier wearing this sneaker whilst fingers spinning the basketball, and behind the card you have both the gold coloured Jumpman and Clot logo next to each other. So let's go over the construction. Starting off with the toe box, we have this really nice earthy coloured suede with these grainy Terrablush coloured teeth shaped. You will find a miniature sized silver Jumpman for a subtle branded touch. Moving along the lateral side, the panels across the upper indulge in a stunning sepia stone shade, accompanied with terracotta inspired stitching on the side panels, which represents the armour worn by the terracotta soldiers, and the colour tone is just a touch lighter compared to the toe box. On the panels you can see the tiny dots sticking out with a sequence of 2 and 3 dots that represents Michael Jordan's famous shirt number 23. Moving slightly further back you have the Jordan 14 emblem, which on this sneaker is blanked, which I believe is supposed to represent a battle shield. In the original and iconic Jordan 14 Last Shot, this was a Jumpman emblem in yellow. I read somewhere that Edison Chen purposely left this blank so it can be customized by the wearer to make each pair individually unique. On the medial side it is the same as the lateral, with a slight difference in physical construction. You have a discreet exposed area which mimics the air scoops you have on the Ferrari sports car, which I believe it is for ventilation to allow some heat to disperse. On the lacing section you have the pale stone coloured tugged laces using the same lacing system as the Jordan 13. At the top of the lacing sequence you have these brass coloured eyelets matching the lace tips with the Jumpman logo. We have a nice padded perforated tongue with a nubuck feel, and moving further up you can see that the tongue is a reminiscence of a traditional Chinese scroll and stitched in with the words Clot on the left pair and Jordan on the right pair. Behind the tongue we have the Roman numeric value of 14. On the ankle collar you have the same stone coloured cushioning running from the lateral to medial, which feels slightly stiff. Moving towards the back of the heel, we have this traditional red Chinese knot and ancient Chinese coin hanging loosely off the heel, which is supposed to represent prosperity and happiness, and this can be untied to remove it. Behind these accessories we have this black vertical heel taps which resembles a tyre tread because of the Jordan 14's Ferrari concept with the sleek Jordan branding. Just below it we have these two little transparent swipes which are supposed to look like the taillights of the sports car. For the insoles, both foamed insoles are the Terrablush colour with a beige white Jumpman on the left pad and a red coloured Clot logo on the right. On the reverse side of the insoles we have these two purposely fitted impact support paddings. For the midsoles they implemented Nike Air technology painted in the Terrablush colourway supported with the golden brass shank plate. Moving towards the outsole you have this lightweight herringbone traction which is done mostly in the sepia stone colour with the silver Jumpman logo across the shiny central shank plate and the Roman numeral 14 in the Terrablush colour at the front. Now we've gone through the specs, let's move straight to the on-foot footage. In terms of sizing, my foot physically measures 28 cm lengthwise on the slightly wide side. Normally a Jordan 1 UK size 10 fits me well. These are a UK size 10 and it fits me perfectly. In fact, I find the toe cap does offer a bit more space compared to their standard Jordan 1. And if I was to wear either invisible thin socks or standard sporting crew socks, both will still fit me with no problems. Therefore I would definitely go true to size with these pairs. Having never tried on a Jordan 14 before, my first impression on these pairs is that despite the design gives this heavy armoured outlook, in fact it is lightweighted. Like I mentioned before, the ankle collar is slightly stiff, but I think through time this will soften a bit. I do like the feeling of walking in these, as it kind of offers a bit of bounce. I think some people find a loose coin behind the heel annoying, especially when walking or jogging, as it constantly hits the heel taps, but it can be removed. Personally, I do not really mind, as I think it is one of the fundamental elements of the sneaker design. These are lifestyle sneakers, so I would not expect anyone to be doing anything active in sporting terms. I have not worn them long enough to decide whether they are suitable for long duration, but they are definitely lighter than the early Jordan brand models. I would definitely apply some suede protector for these before venturing out. For the pricing standpoint, it's definitely not cheap for a Jordan 14 low model, therefore the quality of materials used on these must be justified. I would say the quality is impressive. You have a mixture of suede between the toe cap, the side panels and the ankle collar, especially with the toe cap, which feels quite soft and durable. The coin at the back is definitely not plastic, and I particularly like the material used on the perforated tongue. Also, I need to mention the box and the packaging, which does offer premium feel to the whole package. With the craftsmanship, I find my pair had a bit of glue stains, but were very minor and there were no scuff marks or paint that were out of place. Therefore, overall I am satisfied with. For those who are interested in resale, currently the value is just slightly above retail price around £200. Clot's collaboration sneakers with Nike tends to do generally well. For example, the Jordan 13 Low Terracotta released 2 years ago had a retail price similar to these pairs and is sitting around £300 now. I envisage this will be similar to these and the value will probably be a bit more because of its sleeker design, but this will also take over a year. I would say if you want to purchase a pair, then it will probably be now before the value starts to increase. Please note these are just based purely on my personal predictions. If you're a fan of Clot, then these are one of the shoes worth getting your hands on. To conclude, I think this is a dope collaboration and I'm very lucky and grateful to add these to my collection. It is a must-have for me as it incorporates Chinese culture and I really love the design, which differs to the standard Nike Chinese New Year Festival editions. Personally, I think the colorway is on point and it's quite versatile because of its earthy colorway. Some may not like the clay tones, but I like it. If I was to add a bit of my thought on the design, I would change the wrapping paper to a topographic map or a terrain map of the location of the burial ground, so when it comes to unboxing it feels like you actually unearthed the Terracotta sneakers. Overall, I think Clot and its designers did a good job on these and I'm looking forward to the Air Max Kiss of Death Retro, which is coming out very soon. So I'd love to know what are your opinions on these, whether you think they are heat or brick, and if you think their value will be worth more than 13s in 2 years time. Let me know your thoughts. This is a slightly lengthy review and a big thanks to you all for sticking to the end. If you do like this review, appreciate if you can leave me a quick like and subscribe to show some love towards my channel. Thanks again for tuning in and I shall see you in the next video. May the year of the ox be prosperous for you as well. Like Sneaker signing out. 金希望，金希